Assalamualaikum. In this video, I will explain about background Tien Press Holding Berhad. TWPH is a company that printing packaging for tobacco company. First, their operational segment. I will explain their operational segment. Their performance evolution focus on segment profit and includes key financial factor details in the internal management report reviewed by the board of director. First, in their operational segment, which is segment asset. Segment asset including goodwill are measured through internal management by the board of director. This comprehensive ensure a true understanding of each segment financial position, aiding informed decision making and strategic planning for optimal resource utilization. Furthermore, the determination of segment liabilities encompasses all liabilities and is derived from internal management report subject to review by the board of directors. Moreover, for the capital expenditure, the comprehensive costs incurred throughout for the fiscal year for acquiring PPE as well as intangible asset excluding goodwill. This definition clarifies the specific focus on tangible and intangible investment made within a segment, providing a clear delineation for financial reporting and strategic decision making. Lastly, their stakeholder have five, which is board of directors, customers, supplier, employee, society, and the community which conduct its business. For the question 2, accounting standard and policy. Firstly, MFRS 116, which is property, plant and equipment. PP is a long-term operating asset which arises from investment decision of reporting entities. All items of PPE are initially recorded at cost, which is the actual purchase cost and the cost associated with bringing asset to its intended use. Based on financial report, revenue Tien Press Holding Berhad in 2022 is Rm 173,440. The history of continued losses reported by certain subsidiaries indicate that the carrying amount of the property, plant equipment and right of use asset may be affected.
Today I'm going to explain about MFRS 15, revenue from contracts with customers. Based on annual reports from TWPH Group, they applied contract-based revenue reporting that complies with MFRS 15. And the revenue generated for the year 2022 was 243,960 million ringgit. And the TWPH Group also recognized revenue over time that based on the production completed as their product were custom-made printing products. The customers also was provided with assurance type warranties.
Assalamualaikum. I will be discussing about the MFRS 40 investment property. Investment property are properties that are purchased to generate income through rental income or capital appreciation or both. Referring to the IAS 40, investment property are measured by cost less the accumulated depreciation and accumulated impairment losses under the cost model. The gain or losses from the disposal is recognized in the statement of profit or loss. Based on the Tien Press Holdings Berhad, they use the straight line method to calculate the depreciation. Investment property is estimated to have 52 years. Their investment property's initial cost is 445,000 with depreciation of 9,000 annually. Tien Press Holdings Berhad measured the fair value by fair value hierarchy level 3 that consists of unobservable inputs. The unobservable inputs are the price per square foot. So the higher the price per square foot, the higher the fair value of investment property.
Next, MFRS 138 intangible asset, as we know, is identifiable non-material asset that have no physical substance, which means they have value but we cannot touch it. For initial recognition or measurement under intangible asset can be as cost model or revaluation model. For Tien Press Holding have two intangible assets that using in this company, which is goodwill and contract value. For goodwill is measured using a cost model, which is less the impairment losses. The purpose of using impairment is to test how companies get profit or generate the business. For contract value is also using a cost model, but it's less any accumulated amortization or any impairment losses. Amortization is recognized as other expense in profit and loss. For impairment losses and amortization expense are doing annually for both goodwill and contract value.
Next, MFRS 137, Provision for Liability. Provision is a liability of uncertain timing and amount. The amount recognized as a provision shall be estimated of the expenditure required to settle the present obligation at the end of the reporting period. The provision for TWPH Berhad for the year 2022 is 284,000 has been recognized for premises reinstatement and recognition costs. Disclosure of non-current asset. First, plant, property and equipment. The company use leasehold land, building, plant and machinery, motor vehicle, furniture, fittings and office equipment, and capital work in progress. All items in PPE are measured at cost, less accumulated depreciation and accumulated impairment losses. The cost is recognized in the carrying amount of the PPE. Second, intangible asset. The company use goodwill and contract value. Intangible assets are measured at cost, less any accumulated impairment losses. And the last one is investment property. Investment property is recognized at cost in initial recognition. It is measured at cost, less accumulated depreciation and accumulated impairment losses. Depreciation of other investment property is calculated based on the depreciation amount, which is cost less its residual value.
So for question 4, economy of non-current asset. Every company who is developing have their main non-current asset, same as Tien property, plant and equipment as their main non-current asset. It have leasehold land, building, plant and machinery, motor vehicles, furniture and office equipment, capital work in progress. For PPE, we can calculate them on 3 assumptions, which is revenue growth, discount rate, terminal growth. There have some cases in 2022, which is result of PPE is decreased from previous year, which is 2021. The cases mentioned about the investor do not want to invest in the company because the revenue growth do not meet the expectation. It happened because the company state the market price lower than other competitors, so the investor do not have any confidence to invest in that company.
Based on the calculation that we did earlier, for the current ratio in the year 2022 is higher than the year 2021. It means that the WPH group is more capable of paying their short-term debts. Next, the acid test ratio for the year 2022 is a lot higher than the year 2021. It also means that the WPH group is more capable of paying their short-term obligations using only their current assets. Next, the asset turnover for the year 2022 also a lot better than the year 2021 because it shows that the WPH group is using its assets efficiently and generating more revenue from each ringgit of their assets. Return on assets in the year 2022 is negative because of the net loss experienced by the TWPH group. The last one is debt to assets ratio. For the year 2022 is also a lot better than the previous year because the low percentage implies that the WPH group has assets more than its debts and they also can pay their debts.
Next, we move to the comparison of the year 2021 and the year 2022. Based on the charts given, it is clear that the company's performance has been decreasing in the year 2022 compared to the year 2021. The revenue of the company has decreased by 3.3% because they experience lower customer demand because their main customer, that is the cigarette packaging products, face a decline of orders.
Augmentation of examination. TWPH Group managed to continue their contract up to 3 years until 31st December 2025 with British American Tobacco BAT Group. This extension can bring positive results for TWPH Group as they experienced loss in 2022. TWPH Group also can continue to convince their investors to keep funding them as the investors lost their confidence because of the declining revenue rate of 1.2% in 2022.